Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Golden Sun. My name is Nick, and today we just found out about Sisteros and Minardi, and we are going to go break into Sol Sanctum, despite that being a forbidden thing to do. Man, Creighton is not a very responsible teacher. The first thing he hears about, someone possibly breaking into a sacred temple, let's go break in ourselves to make sure that they've actually been there. It's like, come on. Like, that is not exactly the most responsible thing to do. I mean, granted, I say that as someone who would probably be, like, lawful neutral in a D&D game, so, that's my perspective, and I'm sure someone who's, like, chaotic good would totally disagree with me. But, yep, here we go. And, of course, we tried to go up there, and we got in trouble. You're not planning to sneaking up to Mount Aleph, are you? Yeah, we kind of were. Mount Aleph is a sacred peak. No one can climb it without permission. Yep. Well, while you're off over there, I'm just gonna sneak past you, because you are a terrible guard. And now we are at the entrance to Sol Sanctum. What about all those, supposedly scary things between Vale and between Mount Aleph and Sol Sanctum? Like, we just get past all of them and we're right here. Like, that is... I'm a little bit underwhelmed, to be honest. But, yep, here we are. We're going into Sol Sanctum, and we're starting our first dungeon of the game. This is the entrance to Sol Sanctum. This is your first time here, right? Well, of course it would be. It's an important relic of our past. Take a good look at it. I've noticed that all of my old man voices tend to drift towards Professor Oak. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's the only old man voice I can pull off. I might have to practice, like, pulling off other kinds of old man voices, because I don't want all my old man characters to just sound the same. That would be weird. So yeah, and we have our first jumping puzzle, which is going to be kind of a recurring thing. So anytime you have a one-tile gap like this, you can just jump right over it. But you cannot jump diagonally over a gap of more than 2 tiles. And so as you can see, that left path we took was a total dead end. But this right path, if you go back around like that, will allow you to go through. So now we have a very blue corridor. And we're just going to keep exploring. And we have our first truly random battle, and we are facing off against some wild mushrooms. So now that we are in battle, I can show you Synergy. So as you can see, Isaac only has Cure right now, which is not really going to do much of anything for us. So he's just going to attack, and then for Garrett and Jenna, I am going to have them use Flare. So Jenna casts Flare, and you can see, as you saw when we were attacking the enemies in the tutorial, they only had one exclamation point, and these guys have 3. That means that the damage we did was super effective. And as you can see, we totally just one-shotted these guys. So, as would seem obvious, based on the fact that they're fungi, wild mushrooms are weak to fire. Pretty much every enemy has an elemental weakness and an elemental resistance. And I'm going to try to remember to call them out as I go through the game. No promises, but I'm definitely going to do my best. I'm also not going to show every single random battle, because obviously that would get old pretty dang fast. So I think I'm just going to show you random battles when we have something new to see. So whether that's new enemies, a new Synergy, or new anything else, really. And as you can see, these vermin are also weak to fire. And here's one of the annoying things about the battle system. You probably noticed that you had Isaac attack the vermin 1, and then when Jenna one-shot it, he just switched to defending. If you If all of your targets are killed by the time your turn rolls around, it will not auto-retarget you, it will just make you defend. And this is very frustrating. It basically means that you have to pick your target. So as you can see, the first two paths we went to were dead ends, so I guess we have to take the middle path. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, it basically puts an element of, planning your turns out, which does have some interesting adds a bit of depth to the combat system, but it also makes it just kind of frustrating when something goes, wrong, and you just end up wasting a turn. So we have some more vermin, and I'm just gotta say, I realize these are probably supposed to be mice or something, but what they look to me is like evil Merrills. That's all they look like to me. That's always how they look like to me. So anyway, we're gonna take these guys out. I probably didn't need to use Flare with Garrett. I probably just could have attacked the other one. So, alright, we are down, and we have our first treasure chest, and we got a small jewel. Now, you probably noticed when we went down that right path dead end that there was a Minotaur that had one of its eyes glinting. I wonder what we might have to do with that small jewel. So we're gonna go over here and check out the Minotaur. As you can see, it's a relief of the Minotaur. The right eye is sparkling, but there's a hole where the left eye should be. Yep. We get to put that small jewel that we just got in the hole, and something happened. You hear the sound of shifting stone, and as you can see, both eyes are glinting now. So, well, we got our first level up of the game, and Isaac learned a new synergy, Quake, which I will be showing you in the next battle. And you can see every time you level up, it tells you what stat boost you got. So 7 HP, 3 PP, 4 attack, 2 defense, 4 agility. Alright, so yeah, now there's only one path we haven't explored, or rather one that we haven't re-explored because it was a dead end the first time, so let's go back down the left path. And as you can see, what was once a dead end is now an open door. Now we're in some big fancy room with purple tiling or stone or something on the ground. And Creighton is checking it out. What's wrong, Creighton? Those who said there was a hidden passage leading deeper into the sanctum. I've come here many times and I've always thought it looked strange. So apparently Creighton has been here before, but only up through this room. I had always imagined Sol Sanctum would look different somehow. What do you mean? Sol Sanctum was built in honor of the sun. There ought to be something here to reflect that. I was always puzzled why there wasn't. Yeah, that is true. You'd think that a sun temple would have some sun imagery, and yeah, I haven't seen any of that yet. If there's a hidden passage, then maybe it leads to... Well, let's see if we can find it. Yeah, this is what I meant by, this thing is just gonna snowball. I think he's serious. Should we help him, Isaac? I mean, we kind of have no choice. Like, what if we say no? We can't seriously want to turn back after we've come this far. Yeah, we tried to be the responsible person, and we're just gonna keep going. So great, we should stick together after all. Yep. So, we have no choice. We must explore further. And you see we have these statues and this very conspicuous little slidey mark area. Anytime you have these little dotted lines on the floor, that means that's the limit of an area where you can push a statue or something around. And as you can see, this statue was hiding a secret door. Was there anything on the other side? There is another thing on the other side. And this one also has a secret door. Let's see. I think this is the one that leads further into the temple. I think this one might just be... Oh, we have another... Oh, we have a new enemy again. We have slimes. And now we can show off Isaac's new synergy, assuming that Jenna doesn't want to kill. Well, you know what? Let's just have Jenna defend so that Isaac can show off his new synergy. And you can see that Quake just did neutral damage to them. Oh, and yeah, that's the thing, that enemies can try to run sometimes. I don't know what triggers it, if it's just like a random thing or if they've been partly damaged. And just like you can sometimes fail to run, enemies can sometimes fail to run, which is kind of a neat little thing. So we are attacked by the other slime, and as you can see, the slimes are also weak to fire. Pretty much, I feel like pretty much everything in this temple is weak to fire. So, yep, we are, we have defeated another round of enemies, and this room is just a dead end. So we're good to go and check out the other path. And this has a set of stairs leading further into the temple. And Garrett has now reached level 2. So he gets some stat boost, but no new synergy because he already had Flare. Let me show you guys something, by the way. You'll see that right now Isaac has 17 PP, Garrett has 14, and Jenna has 22. Well, let's walk around for a little bit. And you can see that all of them have regained some of their synergy. This is one of the mechanics, that as you walk around, your synergy slowly recovers. I guess it's supposed to be like just a natural thing, like that you gradually rebuild or regain your magic power from the natural whatever in the air. It's kind of just a cool little mechanic. It doesn't play a super huge role, especially as you get later into the game, just because you know, there's just so much that you can have, but you know, it's just a nice little thing. Oh, and we have a new enemy. This time we have a bat, which we did see earlier, but now we are going to fight another one. So I'm going to use Quake on these guys and just have Garrett and Jenna attack. So you can see we have the bat takes 12 damage, period. So the period is the game's way of telling you that an attack was not very effective. It means that the enemy has an elemental resistance, which all enemies have some elemental resistance, just like all enemies have an elemental weakness, or pretty much all enemies. I think there are some that have no weaknesses or resistances. But yeah, the bat is weak to earth, and the bat is resistant to earth and is weak to an element we don't have yet. So we'll just finish this bat off, and we can continue on into the temple. Let's see. What do we have down here? We have a treasure chest, and we have another small jewel. I wonder what that's going to be for. Oh, and Jenna has leveled up. She is now a level 2 flame user. Her HP, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so everyone is level 2 now. And we can explore further into the temple. Let's see, I can't remember which way is which exactly. I don't think that's the way we want to go for right now. What about this way? Okay, this way appears to be just a loop, so I think we do want to go this way after all. Oh, and we have an encounter with 4 enemies now, so this is actually a very good time to use. This is where, like, the multi-hit synergy really comes in common. Or, not really comes in common, really comes in being useful, because yeah, you know, it's nice to be able to just hit multiple targets. Alright, So we go into this room, and we have a bunch of statues that are blocking places we could jump. More statues. It doesn't look like we can reach them from here. Perhaps Synergy is the key. Isaac, try to use your Synergy. Alright, so this is where the field Synergy comes into play. So if you can see, we can cast Move, and we can move a statue from a distance. And as you can see, we have another Minotaur hiding. Oop, hold on. And something has changed. Another door has opened somewhere. And there's also something that is very useful. You can set Synergy shortcuts for the L and R buttons. So in this case, I'm going to take Move and shortcut it to the R button, which is what I usually do. Let's see. I don't remember what's behind all the things. So this one obviously has... This one looks like maybe where we want to go next. Let's just see if any of these other guys have something hiding. And yes, I realize I'm about to burn a ton of Synergy, but I like to be thorough. What can I say? Let's see. You have nothing. And then what about this one on the far end? Oh, you are hiding a secret door. I think you might... Okay. Okay. I'm going to guess that the left one is going to be hiding... Oh, we have a new enemy to fight. The Amaze, which is weak to an element we don't have yet. So, yep. So we're just going to attack things normally and kill one of the slimes before it can do anything to us. I wonder what the Amaze is supposed to be. Is it like some sort of like poltergeisty thing, maybe? I don't know. It's very weird looking, that's for sure. It's also dead. And we get to continue on. This is just a dead end. Oh, for heaven's sake. Yeah, this game likes to throw dead ends at you, actually. Which does make for some interesting dungeon design, but it's also just very frustrating. Sometimes when you go to a dead end and you're like, well, that was a waste of time. Oh, and we have another level up for Isaac. And we have now reached the true Sol Sanctum. This is it, we found it. Clearly, this is the mark of the sun, the heart of Sol Sanctum. It's just as I'd imagined, which means those two were telling the truth. But if what they said was true, then that means they must have been. Yep. Clearly, we have the proof that we need that they were telling the truth, so surely we should just get out of here and go to the elders with the proof that they have broken in, right? Right? Of course not. They were thieves. They came to rob the sanctum. Let's hurry back to the village and tell everybody. Right, Jenna, you're being the smart one right now. Creighton, what's the matter? We're so close. Close? Close to what? We've come all the way to the heart of Sol Sanctum. To turn our backs on it and leave? Of course. You want to keep poking around and sticking your nose into trouble. There's something wrong with that? Even Garrett thinks that, Sol Sanctum holds the origins of alchemy. It would be a waste to... What do you think? Shall we go a little farther? I mean, if I say no, you're just going to insist. So let's just get this over with and get in there. If you put it that way, we don't have much choice. I mean, yeah. I'm with Creighton. I want to look inside. So much for Garrett being the smart one for now. Really? I'll just go a little bit further. Of course, we'll just go a little bit further. Good, it's decided. Let's move ahead. Alright, well, yep. We are in the true Sol Sanctum, as you can see, with this image of the sun on the ground. And now we are in another room that has the image of the moon. What is this room? There's a moon in the center, a picture of Luna. This must symbolize night. These rooms must be connected somehow, don't you think? I mean, yeah, you have the opposite symbols on the moon and soul. These rooms must hide some secret. What could it be? What does it all mean? Isaac, would you look further at the passage? Sure. Let me know what you find. Alright. So, we have this room with these weird shimmery thing, which I'm not really sure what this is even supposed to be. But yeah, we can look further up, and as you can see, the weird shimmery effect ends, and we can go up. We get the Sol Sanctum music again. If we go down here, we have this room full of crystals, which, right now we're, a little bit damaged, so if we go ahead and cast Cure, we can fill up our health, but as you can see now, Isaac is down a bit of Synergy. We click on this stone right here, got Synergy Stone, and it refilled all of our PP, and disappeared. So yeah, these Synergy Stones are very useful. They're basically, when you factor in the ability to cast healing magic, they're basically a full restore from your party. They refill your PP, and since, unless you're super low on Synergy, you can cast healing magic. It basically will let you restore all your HP off of your spells and get all that PP back that you used to cast them. So now that that's done, we're going to go into this room, and it has a bunch of statues that are just begging to be pushed. So let's go ahead and push them and see what happens. So it shines a light on the symbol of Luna that matches the one down here, and changes it to a sun, and a very scary noise just happened. Isaac must have found something. That's not good. We've got, like, little lightning things coming out. Isaac, stop! You're about to make a big mistake! So you can see the statue is unpushed. Wait, Isaac. What's wrong, Quiriden? This is the most interesting mechanism you found, Isaac. But this is clearly some kind of trap. This is a trap? Go look in the Luna room and you'll understand. I'm not quite sure how. You've done well. Finding this means you're looking in the right place. So if you just move one statue, you'll be caught in the Sanctum's trap. But why would anyone put a trap here anyway? I don't know who did it, but they've hidden something very important. Perhaps they've hidden the key to alchemy itself. Should I tell you more? I'm interested in. Honestly, I doubt you could understand it if I explain now. We must try to find a solution to this mystery. Another mystery? I'll keep checking the Luna room. You continue exploring the Sanctum. My intuition tells me that light must be the key to the secret. We should test it. And that's a hint. Isaac, let's see if we can't figure this out ourselves. So when we pushed one of the statue, a big storm started brewing in the Luna room. Considering what happened the night 3 years ago where a big storm happened and the boulder fell, that must be what happened. Saturos and Minardi broke into this room, tried pushing the statues, and unleashed a giant storm. Well, here we have some more statues, and let's see if we can push these. We shine it there, and a giant and a light beam falls into that center path here. If we can move this one on the other side and shine another light, now a hole is revealed in the floor. And we can't jump over it, but we can move this big statue, which is carrying some kind of basket or something. Something clicked. I wonder what that could be. Maybe we should try pushing these statues again. And we see that once again the Luna flips to Sol. What's happening? Isaac must have found something. And as you can see, there are no giant storms this time. So we have disarmed the trap. You found it, Isaac! Triton! Excellent work, Isaac. Where did that hole come from? When Isaac moved those two statues, two beams of light shot out of them, and then this hole appeared in the floor. And Isaac dropped the statue into it after that. Good work, everyone. So the statue puzzle was the trap, and that other statue was here to disarm the trap. And now that you've disarmed it, we should be alright. I'll observe from the Luna room where it's safe. You handle the rest. I mean, it seems pretty safe up here, let's be perfectly honest. You just want to see what happens as we push these statues into place. So, as you can see, each time we shine a light, part of the Luna changes to Sol. And if we peek in the other room over there, you can see that Sol has been gradually changing to Luna. So we shine the light on the last piece of the floor, and we go back down. And now you can see that this room is now the Sol room. Look, Isaac, the picture of Luna changed to Sol. Other than that, nothing looks different. Well, what if we go look in the other room? That's strange. They went to the trouble of putting a trap here, and this is all that happens? Somewhere something else must have changed. We must find it. Look, the symbol on the floor changed from Sol to Luna. Surely there must be something in this room. And we are going to find out what that is in the next episode. Join me next time when we check out this mysterious light. And things go to hell, because of course they're going to. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.